Discipline is the art of choosing your future over your mood, and your feelings will lie to you every single day. Your mood wants comfort now. Your future wants sacrifice today. Most people live as slaves to however they feel in the moment. Tired? They stop. Unmotivated? They scroll. Anxious? They hide. Your mood changes by the hour, but your future is built by what you do anyway. Discipline doesn't ask, how do I feel? It asks, who do I want to be? The ones who win aren't the ones who feel motivated every day. They're the ones who move regardless. They understand that feelings are passengers, not pilots. You don't need to feel ready to start. You don't need to feel confident to act. You just need to decide that your future matters more than your comfort. So choose the person you want to become over the person you feel like being right now. Wake up early when your bed feels like heaven. Do the work when your mind is screaming for a break. Say no to distractions when your mood is begging for escape. Because discipline is a vote for who you're becoming tomorrow. So stop asking yourself, do I feel like doing this? Start asking.
Being disciplined doesn't mean that you're going to get everything that you want. I'm talking about future or immediate. It doesn't mean that everything that you think is going to happen will happen. But what it means is that you're putting your best effort in. Sacrificing today builds a future that you can be proud of. But you have to realize that the things we do today have a temporary effect in our minds. But in reality, they have a long-lasting impact. So you think that one more scroll isn't going to hurt. But in reality, that one more scroll caused a chemical reaction in your brain for another dopamine spike, which means that in 2 hours, you're going to have another crash, or in an hour, you're going to have another crash, or 25 minutes later, you're going to have another crash. And then that leads to a cycle or to a loop, a negative feedback loop, where things keep happening in that way, so that in a week, in 2 weeks, you've missed a deadline, you've missed out in terms of communication with your spouse or with your loved ones or with your friends. And months later, all of these negatives have compounded to losing somebody or to losing a client or to realizing that you're now in a position that feels handicapped or feels like a severe setback to where you know or where you expected to have been. But now you're not in that position. And so you feel like you've been set back because you have. And if you really were to think about it, you won't actually be able to identify what caused that. But in reality, it probably is something so small that you overlooked. Now, if you change that and you reverse it and you don't scroll, you put it down, or you do something that's beneficial for you. So you want to read a book or you want to watch a podcast that's beneficial, and you go that route rather than finding hits of dopamine and pleasure. What happens is you've reinforced learning. You've reinforced struggling a little bit to get something that means more to you, that helps you more, that benefits you longer. And then what do? The next thing that comes along that you need to do that's very important, you take that initiative and you do that thing. So in the immediate, it was small things, but in the long run, it had huge impacts.